All right, bet. Yo, okay, welcome back. We got another video today. That boy Omeezy, the free tape protest proves Sneako right. Something happening with Sneako and Andrew Tate, I guess. I'm gonna see what's up with it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the other videos on the channel, and let's get into it.
I did believe at the time that Andrew Tate was innocent. I thought that some of the accusers were trying to get money, and I believed that it was a Matrix attack. I did believe it back then. But as I looked into it more, and I look at the new charge with child, and I've done a deep dive, it's clear that this is not just a specific Matrix attack, probably guilty of a lot of these things.
Well, finally, it only took you about 4 years.
Damn! I'm about to say it. He was right. I remember, like, I don't even know if I reacted to a video of it, but I remember he was like writing for Tate for a while, bro. But I get it, like, that's your homie, you know what I mean? But we already knew, like, the Tate brothers were a little sketch. Like, I think it's just how you talk about women and people. Like, you can tell that you value them a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it a buck.
Platforming him to the young, impressionable audience, him snaking you, doing all these things behind your back, only for you to come back around to a side that realizes that he might be a bad person. Thank you, Sneako, for finally realizing that Andrew Tate is a bad person after all the years of damage. Just thank you. The infamous Tate brothers are being held in federal custody in Miami, Florida, because they have done some things that are just outrageous. Not necessarily new, but they are outrageous. And with the hearing being pushed back to August 27th, their supporters have come around them and decided to wrap them in a blanket or a cloak of support that would have them feeling like they are loved to the nth degree, and that these people are there to see them seek justice.
Bro, look at these men. Like, for real, like, look at all these people. See what they look like?
Look at this group of...
They look so dumb, bro. They look so crazy. Imagine being a grown man. Screaming in the street, free Top G, free Top G. Like, bro, I'll be honest. If you're a grown man taking their advice, buying their course, bro, like, you just want to get scammed. It's like you're looking for a daddy or something, bro. Like, you have no identity for yourself. Like, bro, you can tell if anyone that lived any type of life, especially when you're grown, like, bro, you can tell, like, what they preach is really not what they preach. Like, they don't live up to what they preach. It's been shown multiple times. But not just that. It's like, who is believing this? This is something you say to a child that, like, to trick them or something. Like, none of this is real. Nobody thinks like that. Not even them. And it's been proven. Like, come on, bro.
This is
like,
the most embarrassing thing
look at
that
this group.
This rally literally
a bunch of incels. Like, come on, fam. And Unc right there, like, Unc right here, 55 and doing this.
Turned into people bringing testosterone shots outside, people doing push-up contests to show how masculine they are.
24, 25, 26, 27.
The lawyer of Andrew Tate.
That's what I'm saying, bro. People talk about being masculine and being a man. Like, people don't even know what the hell that is. They over here thinking doing push-ups and taking testosterone shots as being a man. Like, bro, where are these people's parents, bro? I know they're grown men, but where are their parents? Because we need to hold them accountable for making these scum or whatever you want to call them.
Cutting a WWE promo front and center because he needs some sort of attention. It's a really weird and interesting sight.
Nothing what a democracy looks like, and that is what the UK looks like now. It is a fallen regime. It is a despotic state. It is a state that hates men, that hates Christianity, that hates masculinity, and that hates Andrew and Tristan Tate.
And of course, this hosted the usual loser suspects of people that you would think would be supporting Andrew Tate. Of course, Ryan Gaines is out there on the front lines showing his support for his guy.
Them jeans are way too tight, fool. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. But, like, why is this? Like, what are these people? Like, what are they fighting for? That he's falsely accused of something that he did? And they have proof of? Like, what are they, like? Y'all would think that he's like he's just some hero and he just falsely accused of a war crime. Like, bro, didn't he get caught with this, him and his brother?
Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate in this situation.
For
We also have
trafficking, I
fellow
think.
Red Pill top G Justin Waller out there supporting his guys, the Tate brothers, you know, standing in arms with them. But there is a name that is not out there with them. Arguably one of the more impactful names in all of Andrew Tate's whole career, and that's Sneako. Sneako is at home realizing in real time that ultimately the things that he has done has been disgusting by supporting Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate based off of the charges being levied against him and all of the evidence that is piling up. And honestly, I think Sneako's whole assessment on everything, the charges and the protests, kind of summarize exactly where the state of the Red Pill community is. And I think Sneako, who for what it's worth is one of the biggest supporters and backers of the Red Pill community during its rise and ascension, and has a great assessment on the overall state of the Red Pill community. From the charges to the protests, he puts it pretty soundly exactly where the Red Pill community is. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long, long way for the channel. The race to 200 is on and we're almost there. Now, back into the video.
And I wish I saw it earlier. I was kind of blinded by, you know, the idea that we're speaking truth, this resisting the slave mind, the matrix. I did believe in that stuff. And it's a lot of it is a cult. And you can see some of these people are still in that cult. They believe that their demons are trying to stop testosterone. So they're doing push-ups on the sidewalk at the age of 40 years old.
You know what I'm saying? At the ripe age of 40 years old. Like who believes this? What are we talking about? Demons trying to stop testosterone. Bro, if you don't go somewhere and take care of your kids, like, bro, what are y'all doing?
Embarrassing. No, you're 50. What are you doing? And I admit I was wrong.
And what I think is actually a bold move from Sneako, he does come to the internet and admit something that a lot of people can't do, that his actions, his belief system, and what he was pushing was wrong in the past. It's not just the stuff with women that has Sneako now believing that, you know, Andrew Tate and his ways were wrong. It's also the stuff with children. It's also the way that he goes about treating his friends. It's the entire framework and ideology and picture that Andrew Tate has been trying to paint over the past couple years that now has what I think was his biggest and most vocal and most important supporter now questioning the validity of who he is. The reason why I think the Sneako of it all is so important is because he was a guy who championed Andrew Tate. I tried to explain this to my fiance
and Myron
about how important Sneako was to the rise of Andrew Tate, but he, in my opinion, is literally the person who introduced Andrew Tate into such a young and impressionable audience through Sneako and had him be somebody who at one point in time got his name bigger than Donald Trump and Kim Kardashian. But now in 2026, the relationship...
What? The Tate was going that crazy? That his name at a point in time was bigger than Kim K and Donald Trump. Damn, alright, my fault. You know what I'm saying? My fault, alright, for sure.
It's totally fallen apart and changed. And these newfound charges, these old charges, but just brought back to the forefront in a different way, have made Sneako disavow Andrew Tate in a way that I think is honest. Great. So now, as Sneako is sitting at home watching these losers do this protest for Andrew Tate, he can only sit back and reflect, because maybe a year ago, he would have literally been on those same front lines, doing the same push-ups, having the same cardboard signs, cutting the same promos for a guy who should be going to jail for a long time based off these charges.
I should have known that, like, this guy that was going to draw selection.
None of these people get up this early for work. Get up to go to the gym, get up to do nothing this early in the morning, but they up early in the morning, rise and shine, protesting for an offender, bro. Like, come on, this, like, you really can't make this up. Like, people are just so crazy.
You fucking like hot chasers, bro.
Nigga, 30 people showed up. Protest. I told you them niggas is done, bro. I told you the red pill is dead. You know how much pushback I got for that? When I said the red pill is dead, they all started crying. This is proof.
Did he just say the N-word, bro? My bad. I didn't even, it was so slick, but I didn't even catch it. I'm not even finna fast forward it back. But, I don't know. I forgot bro be doing that.
Protest here, and why I wanted to do the stream is to show you this is the finale of this red pill cringe era. These incel who hate women and don't really have any sort of universal idea. The red pill is dead. It's done.
Now, for what it's worth, Sneako, you did bring these guys to the forefront in the mainstream. At least you aided in doing it, but it's good that you're spinning the block. And I think that you're absolutely right. These people are hanging on by a thread because of years of being exposed for being fraudsters, scammers, people who don't actually live the life that they say they live, and with little to no male improvement tracked back to the teachings that they've had. But this is great
saying.
One of the biggest supporters who has come out of this era is disavowing this whole movement in public. And the reason why he's clowning them is because his point is being proven by a protest that's supposed to support Andrew Tate. This is the quote by Miami Times reporter Natasha Yee. The smattering of millennial men gathered in the 90-degree heat appeared to span nearly every race and ethnicity, clutching homemade cardboard signs with messages like, "Thank you, Andrew Tate, for teaching us bravery." And the Tates are heroes to millions, though only about 30 of those millions appeared to make it downtown Miami on Thursday.
Andrew Tate is not, as far as I'm aware, he hasn't been proven guilty of anything. He has not been convicted. So I'm here to defend a man who defends men all around the world.
Now, to be fair to Andrew Tate, he didn't tell.
Who is he defending? Like, bro, who is he defending, bro? The incels? Like, what? Who is he defending? Oh my god, bro. At this point, like, you really gotta look at yourself in the mirror and be over here like, bro, I was really out here defending another man that I don't know, that doesn't know I exist. Like, come on, bro. You gotta lock in.
The clowns to come out to support him.
He acting like this is his brother, like his best friend or something.
To be a shit show. All he asked for was his fans and his supporters, his true supporters, the true people that believe in the Top G, to come out and support him and do a protest. Now, ultimately, are his fans and supporters clowns? Maybe that's true. If you look at the clips or any sort of writing about this protest, it's clear as day that more people that were involved were probably there for some sort of viral moment of it all.
Then the captain came down last night and he was looking in the eye like he wanted to hit me with a billy club. I said, are we okay? I said, man to man, you understand I'm their attorney. I have a right to be here. Like, you understand that we're litigating for them, and you understand that we're going to shine a light into this prison. And this, that, this, all fat, gut hanging over his belt. They're all a bunch of fat asses in there with no life, and they're all broke, and they hate us, and that's just the way it is.
I don't even think that that's a real lawyer. I think that that's just
there's no way
that they put inside.
There's no way, bro. He looks like Andrew Tate's little brother. Like, there's no way he's a real attorney. If he is, bro, whoever he's defending, they're cooked. Like, he's not doing anything for them, bro.
To wear sunglasses. What's funny to me is that like all of this contradicts a good bit of the teaching that Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate have been trying to display for the past couple of years. Them doing synchronized push-up protests and then putting in a tweet.
Bro, like, look what they look like.
Is some of the weakest shit I have ever heard. Mind you, these are the people that talk about the wokeness of the world, and they criticize like all the BLM protests and all the marching that they did. But literally, these guys look like doofuses outside doing
and they're doing the same thing. That's, bro, I was just gonna say that these were the same people that were criticizing the BLM, the Black Lives Matter movements, and them marching, and they're literally marching and doing the same thing, bro. That is, bro, oh my god, bro, I can't, like, all of them in general are hypocrites, bro. None of them live what they say, and even more so, every single time they're caught doing something that they don't live up to, it's always an excuse. And their fan group or whatever, they always back them. Like, always back them, bro. That's so crazy. And what's even crazier is that what they say, there's some people out there for sure that live it to heart. Whatever they're saying, they actually out there really living and doing what they do off their teachings. And then the teachings, they don't even live for real. It's just to scam people, and it's just clickbait. It's just for click views and just to make money, bro. It's like, come on, bro. You're just hustling now.
And then what's embarrassing about all of this is the numbers in it of it all. Now, mind you, I do think that Andrew Tate, the Red Pill movement, Myron, Justin Wall, all these people associated with it do have a bunch of different supporters. But for whatever reason, anytime these guys try to galvanize any sorts of troops, it always has something questionable that goes along with how many people actually came there. One reporter that's pro-Tate quoted that there were thousands of people. The Miami Times and this other account quoted that there were dozens to maybe 30 people. And every video that I see, I'm not gonna lie,
it's
this
not
is just based off of what I've seen. It's not a lot of people at all.
Yeah.
It literally looks like
that does not look like 1,000. And on top of that too, you're seeing all the pictures. You're seeing the same people in the front,
like a high school.
Like, oh my, bro, look at these. Look who is out there. Like, bro, come on.
Lunch. any given time. And you know, depending on the high school that you go to, I might even be gassing it because that's a pretty big showing. Now, I don't know if it's because these top G disciples are so broke that they can't actually afford to get to Miami because they're so busy sending their money to Andrew and Tristan Tate to put on their books so they can pay for ramen noodle packets so they're not having to do push-ups and clean laundry while they're in jail, or if it's because people aren't proud enough to show their faces.
They don't have money.
They actually do support Andrew and Tristan Tate.
Oh, you know what?
This million.
I think it's because they froze their assets.
They are
when they
proud and
them.
loud about supporting Andrew and Tristan Tate's movement aren't visible anytime anybody asks them to step up and show their face. Now, arguably the worst part about all of this is not the fact that there weren't too many people that showed up to a protest. It's the fact that Andrew Tate left his community, the top G community, the Red Pill guys, in the hands of some of the worst people on the internet.
And the truth of the innocence and the reason
Isn't that the same dude?
release will be so overwhelming.
Yeah,
and if
my
we
alarm's
lose,
going off.
then we will go straight to President Trump's office. And we will say to him, I understand we have a long and lasting relationship with the United Kingdom, but don't forget that that relationship started when we took their tea and threw it into the damn water. Don't forget that that relationship started when we launched a revolution against that stupid king and his stupid wig and that godforsaken country.
Is he a lawyer or a content creator? Like, why are you referencing the Boston Tea Party and the kings of the revolutionary era back in the 1700s when you're talking about whether Tristan Tate and Andrew Tate are supposedly people who are doing these terrible things with women and children? Can you keep your eye on the
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is he bro, that is not an attorney. I'm telling you, if he is y'all attorney, bro, like, y'all are cooked. Do not hire that man for your attorney. What is he talking about? Is he talking about they want to start a revolution and go in there and break the prison down for offenders to women and children, bro? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Nobody just get hit with that randomly if you are not somehow doing that. Mind you, women and children. What is that like, bro? Come on, fam. You can't even sit there and they're so crazy. They are really sitting there and really with a straight face defending this, like tooth and nail. You would think this is their closest partner. Like, come on.
Here, buddy, and not try to get on AEW. It's not just the Fresh and Fit boys, Myron and Walter, and it's not just Justin Waller, who Andrew Tate has left to defend his name in the public and galvanize the truth. He has established a crackpot team of legal experts, one that only rivals O.J. Simpson, in an attempt to get him out of jail. I mean, these guys are as sharp as a tack, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that I can stress how worried I am for the state of Florida, city of Miami, the federal government, and what they're going to have to put up with, because this legal team they're on it. I swear to you, they are on it.
Don't forget that that relationship started when we launched a revolution against that stupid.
Yeah, I can't watch that.
It's strange for them.
I can't watch that again.
Some of these questions: have you obtained proof of life? You know, talk to them, see how their headspace is doing, all that stuff. That's your job as a lawyer. But it looks like their lawyer is more concerned with becoming a main character. Look at
bro is trying to be the leader. Like, fam, if you don't go in there and defend me, like, what are you doing out here doing this political uprising? You supposed to be in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing, bro?
Going for these jokes because he wants Buddy in the free hug shirt to cheese it up and laugh.
And this, you know, all fat gut hanging over his belt. They're all a bunch of fat asses in there with no life, and they're all broke and they hate us, and that's just the way it is.
He's more worried about impressing these guys and playing the court of public opinion for ultimately losers who are gonna ride for Andrew and Tristan no matter what, than doing things that, I don't know, would probably help them get out of jail, like painting them in some sort of good light publicly. But ultimately, you just look like one of the D-bags who is on their payroll and who acts just like them. We've seen recently in court when it comes to Achud the Builder how these actions from your team outside of court can help play into how the judge accepts narratives and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's because nowadays everything's online. Like, everything is online, and regardless of the fact the court can hold that against you. They can see everything you're doing online because it's like a trail, like it's a digital footprint. Like, they gonna see all that. So the fact is, like, when they used to have that back in the day where they had these conversations behind closed doors or whatever, now you can't do that, bro. Now you really got to watch what you really putting out there because they might use it against you in court. Damn, Omeezy. My fault, Omeezy. I really be pausing on the worst area. It looked like you about to cry. My bad.
going around gallivanting and having the greatest time with Myron and Walter from Fresh and Fit, trying to get the laughs and chuckles from these idiots on the street as a way to get, you know, these guys.
Like, these are not thousands of people.
Goal. But I had to look into this lawyer a little
This
bit
is
deeper
literally
to
like
figure
30
out who he
people.
was, because he came off clout chasey, and you got to trust your gut on some of these things. When he comes off clout chasey in these interviews, then you've got to assume that in real life he's clout chasey as well.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate's lawyer's name is Joseph McBride, somebody who has taken on some pretty notorious and infamous cases in recent times. He was the guy who supported and decided to take on the defense for Richardo Big O Barnett, whatever his name is. You know, the guy who was in Nancy Pelosi's office during the January 6th expedition coup on the Capitol building. Now, this guy Barnett, with the help of Joseph McBride, went to trial and was convicted on all 8 counts. But at the end of the day, Joseph McBride...
Damn. Yeah, bro, get a different lawyer.
Still got that look, right? Huh? And then there's Keith Rainier, the founder of NXIVM, who also Joseph McBride decided that he was going to be a lawyer for. Now, Rainier has an interesting storyline, but McBride publicly questioned the FBI's work and argued that prosecutors had not proven every element of the crimes beyond a reasonable doubt. You're probably asking what Rainier was being put on trial for. He was ultimately a cult leader, somebody who was into some of the same things that their guy Andrew Tate is.
Bro, I remember that. Oh, bro, basically he got hit with a RICO. Like, he got basically he for real got hit with a RICO for trafficking and basically a cult. Like, really. And like conspiracy. Oh, I think it says right here. Forced labor conspiracy, yeah, wire fraud conspiracy, forced labor trafficking, bro, attempting conspiracy, trafficking, racketeering. Bro, like he got hit with a RICO, bro. Like, look at the lawyer that is defending them, first of all. And second of all, why would you even hire him? By the looks of it, he winning no cases. He 0 for 2. Bro got 120 years. The other dude is never getting out.
Being put up on trial for the trafficking, the exploitation, the children of it all. And Rainier ultimately got sentenced to 120 years. Now, I'm not trying to say that McBride is a bad lawyer at all. What I'm trying to say is...
No. You gotta look at it as like, I get it, you're a lawyer and it's your job, but you also gotta remember the people you're defending. Like, that does, regardless of how you want to look at it, how you want to slice it, that does look upon you a certain way. And the only reason somebody like Tate came to you is because they know you got the history of backing those people. Because nobody else is really going to want to back them or really do a good job or do a job as he's willing to do to back them. Because, like, they're terrible people, bro. It's hard to back those things. To be in court hearing that and having to defend that. Have to sit there and tell them they're wrong. Because at the end of the day, like, it's just something against your morale, bro. Like, it does look at you a certain way. That's just how it is. Hey, see you on the street. Oh, you do that defending woo woo. Oh yeah, you a weirdo. Keep pushing.
Optics of it all. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate decided to go get a lawyer who has been responsible for defending a guy on the January 6th trial and for this guy who is a cult leader. I mean, if you're walking like a duck and quacking like one, you might as well go get a duck farmer.
I did believe at the time that Andrew Tate was innocent, but as I looked into it more, probably guilty of a lot of these things.
So from the protesters to the vocal supporters like Myron and Walter, all the way up to Andrew Tate's lawyer, it looks like this is a clown show for the Tate brothers. And it's a great thing that it's now being called out by Sneako. For the past few years, Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, Myron, Walter, Justin Waller, and anybody else that is still associated with the Red Pill movement have been put to question over the validity of their takes and their thought processes and reasoning and advice, and to the validity of the Red Pill movement as a whole. People question if these people were actually getting any help, if there was any real brotherhood behind it all, and in a situation in which they could have proved that there was some sort of camaraderie and strength in numbers and power in what they were actually teaching, you actually get a 30 people shit show of a protest in support of a guy who has a lawyer who is looking for the optics and look of it all in order to make his name big, while Andrew and Tristan Tate are behind Miami bars. Tate obviously still has fans, but the movement is not what it was. And I think what makes it worse is that the person who ushered in this movement to a young and unexpected audience has left, has excommunicated from it.
I'm
Is
saying.
disavowing it. I don't think people realize how much of a role Sneako has actually played in bringing these losers to a young audience. And again, I don't, you know, forgive him or forget about all of that, but it is a great deal that he is actually addressing these.
Yeah, that's good for Sneako though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he stood on his word and said that he was wrong, whatever, and disavowing them, that's good for him. Because look, it does nothing for him. They do nothing for him, and from what I've seen, they only dragged him. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about it. Yeah. Check out the other videos on the channel, and then y'all be safe, y'all be easy, y'all be smooth. Appreciate y'all.